God's given me a thorough love for a place called Celebrate Recovery in the church. And what I love about Celebrate Recovery, you might not think this is true because I'm a preacher. What I love about Celebrate Recovery is the counseling and the small group. It's where the work gets done. Because you get to get into a room with people just like you and open up your heart and share what's going on with you, and you can do it in a safe environment, and it's where the work is done. Right. I'm serious. It's where the work's done. I love preaching, and I love when somebody sows into my life, and I love when I get to sow in other people's lives. But if you're struggling with a hurt, habit, and hang-up, those small groups are the most important thing you'll do here at Celebrate Recovery, because you can confess and you can pour out the thing the devil wants you to keep on the inside. Amen. See, the enemy wants you to keep the stuff on the inside and make it roll around in your mind and heart until you do it. Amen. When you say something, when you profess it out of your mouth, it takes the power away from it. Yes. Amen? Amen. I want to tell you this from my heart. You are doing battle here every time you walk in the door, and people recognize it. And if they don't recognize it, all of heaven recognizes it. Amen. And this is a powerful thing. Celebrate Recovery is an awesome thing in this church. And I thank God for the pastor who allows this to happen, and the church that allows it to happen, and the community that allows it to happen. I've been on a whirlwind tour for the last 7 days. I think I started here on Thursday in the bowels of this church. Now I'm up here, and I'm telling you, I think I fell asleep 3 times a day, and that don't happen to me. So y'all pray for me. Just been amazing. We have seen God move in amazing ways over at Burkett, over at Harvest Community in Pierceton. I'm talking about, man, people filling up the altars every night, people confessing sin, people over at Men Following Christ, just crazy stuff. Amen?
Amen.
Crazy stuff.
Amen.
All right, did I tell y'all 2 Samuel chapter 10, verse 9? If you're not there by now, you're in trouble, okay? Go to contents. Y'all ready? All right, when Joab saw that the front of the battle was against him before and behind, he chose all the choice men of Israel and put them in array against the Syrians. And the rest of the people he delivered into the hand of Abishai, his brother, that he might put them in array against the children of Ammon. See, what happened is Joab, now listen, Joab's got some real serious hurts and hang-ups, amen? He lost his son in a battle. Amen? His son was chasing someone, and he wouldn't stop chasing, and he ended up getting killed. And see, Joab took revenge. Joab's a person who couldn't wait on God to solve the problem. He solved it. And you'll see that about Joab all the way through the Bible. He doesn't like to wait for God to solve the problem. He likes to handle it himself. Any of you men in here can say amen anytime. Amen. We like to handle the problem sometimes. But I'm going to show you in a situation that God can use imperfect people. I'll just say it this way. God uses imperfect people. Because everybody sitting in this room is imperfect people. We all have got issues in our life, and despite those issues, God can use you as a mighty man or a mighty woman of God. Joab was a mighty warrior, but he also had some issues where he would want to take revenge. And let's just go ahead and say it. He would every once in a while get upset and kill somebody because they did something to hurt him, amen? Or somebody he loved. If they hurt David, he would want to kill him, even though it was David's son. All right, y'all good? Yeah. But every once in a while, has anybody in here ever hit a home run in your life? Yeah. I use sports reference because I like sport. Has anybody ever done whatever, that one thing you've done and you were so, man, I hit a home run once, I dunked the ball once, I've done something good, right? Some of y'all made 100 on your spelling test. I don't know. I'm trying to think. Some of you, I don't know. I'm just saying. Okay, Joab, we're going to take a snapshot of Joab's life, and it's going to blow you away how this will tie into recovery. One of the greatest things about recovery is you have accountability. Accountability is important. And see, Joab is a warrior, and he's been a warrior for a while. Do you know some people in your life that are warriors? Do you have some people, let me ask you this one, do you have some people in your life that you kind of put as a spiritual hero? Somebody that kind of you look up to and they've done some of the things that you want to do. If you don't, you need to find some of those people. Amen? Amen. Because I like to be around people that do stuff that I want to do, not the people that are doing the stuff that I am doing, or the people that are making excuses or not doing anything. Because it's easy to hang out with people who are not doing anything. Because if you're doing something, praise God, you're a big fish in a small pond. Amen? Amen? But then if you get with somebody who's doing the same stuff you are, you get comfortable and lackadaisical. Amen? But if you get around people who've got a bigger vision than you, and are doing bigger things than you, and are accomplishing things that you want to accomplish in life, even though they scare the living daylights out of you. Amen? Amen? Those are the kind of people I want to walk with. Those are the people I want to talk with. Matter of fact, those are the people that I want to listen to. Amen? Man, I don't know if this generation, I'm not going to get on to them, but sometimes you just got to listen. It would be good to us to listen to the 90-year-olds and the 80-year-olds and the 70-year-olds and the 60-year-olds of the generations that went before us, and we'd stop making some of the mistakes that we're making as a country today. Yeah. Amen. Can I tell? I ain't got time for a story right there. I want to tell you about a story. I was having a church business meeting one time, and we were trying to figure out how to fill this one ditch that kept filling up, and all the young men in the room were trying to tell me what to do. They said, dig this out, and do this, and run the water through here, run the water there. And there was a man in there who was 90 years old, and his name was Pop. And he could hear, and all of a sudden, his grandson, I could hear him talk loud, and you can't hear you talk loud. He said, what are they saying? He said, Pop, they're talking about the ditch that's running out through there. They're talking about digging up above it and filling that way it will stop flooding and filling up. He goes, that'd be stupid. And all the young men were like, he don't know what he's talking about. Let's just move on. Let's just, get the money. Let's dig the ditch and it won't overflow. Pop leans over to his son. He thinks he's whispering. He's not. We filled that ditch 4 times since I've been here. It's flooded over every time. Now who looks stupid? Yeah? You understand what I'm saying? But you got some spiritual heroes, you got some spiritual giants that you should want to do what they want to do. If you want to do big things, praise God. Your faith, when God shows you visions, when He shows you stuff, it should scare you a little bit. Man, it should challenge you. You should want to do it. Amen? All right, let's get into this thing. I want y'all to see this is good, amen? About accountability and having somebody in your life that you can count on, amen? But they're in a situation, I want to read, but I want to show you this. He's got an enemy in the front, and he's got an enemy behind him. He's got 2 enemies, amen? Anybody got 2 enemies in here? We all got more than 2 enemies. Birds have a thing that covers more than 2 enemies, amen? Good. Verse 11, and he said, push back up to 10. And the rest of the people he delivered into the hand of Abishai, his brother, that he might put them in array against the children of Ammon. Verse 11. And he said, if the Syrians be too strong for me, then thou shalt help me. But if the children of Ammon be too strong for thee, then I will come and help thee. Y'all good right there? Man, I was sitting in a recovery building with 20 addicts. And I was reading this, and it snapped me right in the chest. Because every one of them men would say something like, man, I want to be like you. I want to be like you one day. And I read this, and I thought it was really cool. Can I get somebody, can I get one volunteer to come up here and help me? Come on, somebody, hurry, run up here. I was going to see if you would. Stand up there, okay. You're going to be Abishai. Amen, you're going to be Abishai. And I'm going to be Joab, right? Now see, I've been sober. I've been sober since 2004. Amen? Praise God. I've not cheated on my wife, fornicated, looked at pornography, ain't done any of that stuff since 2004. That old man died, and guess what? I had to slay him, and I had to set up some stuff in my life. Is that pretty cool? What's your name? David? All right, David, I'm going to start calling you David instead of Abishai. You can call me Kevin if you want to. Amen? All right, listen, in my life, I struggled with pornography. I drank alcohol. I've used drugs to manipulate women, events, and time in my life. Is that cool? Do you have any enemies against you? Same thing. Praise God. What's your name again? David, I'm not going to forget that again. All right, David. All right, now look, see, David, I got a problem, though. See, my enemy's right over there, and he's made a decree that he's going to fight me. And I thought I could handle my enemy, and I could. I think I can fight pornography. He's right over there. I think I can handle him. I know some skills, and I know some tools, and I've done it for a long time. I've done it for like 15 years. I think I got this thing whooped. But what happened when I wasn't looking, he went and got another enemy. Amen? He went, Amon got Syria. All right? So alcohol and cocaine and heroin are over there behind me. Amen? Now, I think I can handle them. I think I can handle him, but I know I can't handle them and them. So I'm going to need a brother, David. You be my brother? Amen. I don't know how long you've been doing this. I don't know how long you've been doing battle. But I like what Joab says right here. Joab didn't say to him, if you start failing, you know what he said? Listen, I've been doing this for a while, but I know how crafty the devil is. I know how hard he comes after me. I know how hard he comes after you, but I know how hard he comes after me. So you know what Joab said, even though he was the senior officer, even though he had been battling longer, even though he had been whooping the enemy a whole lot longer, he said, if you see me fall, you come after me. Amen? See, sometimes in ministry, sometimes in recovery, we'll get this big, I've been sober this long. I've been doing this so long. I'm up here and you're down there. No. See, Joab says, I know at any time I can slip, I can fall, I can get hungry, I can get needy, I can get broken. And next thing you know, I fall down and the enemy starts attacking me. Now, if you're doing good, and praise God, alcohol ain't knocking you down, and drugs ain't knocking you down, and pornography ain't knocking you down, and sex ain't knocking you down, and you're just killing it, and all of a sudden you're over there killing it with that enemy, and you turn around and you see me fall down, will you come help me? Yes. Yeah. Let me tell you this, David, if I'm over here with the Syrians and they're a bad army, and if I'm over there and I'm whooping them, and I've got it under control, and my life's going great, and I'm doing good, and I'm over there and I've got good days, I've got my money, I've got my order, I've got my wife, I've got my sobriety, everything's going good, and it's great, and I glance over and I see you getting whooped. I'm coming. David, I'm coming, man. I'm coming, man. I'm coming for you. That's how Celebrate Recovery works. That's how recovery works. There's no big I's and little U's. There's nobody who defeats it. Nobody who gets sin whooped. Nobody who gets alcohol whooped. Nobody who says, every day I'm good. I'm totally good every day. Listen, I've got areas in my life, the devil will come at me from a different direction. Amen. And I've got men in my life who will come and help me. But I'm also accountable to some other men. If I see them slipping, if I see them sliding, if I see them defeated, I come alongside of them. Let me help you preach right here. I don't come alongside of them and say, oh, I can't believe you messed up again. The church is the only entity, the only army, the only force that kills its own wounded. That's been said in the church for 100 years. That's not a true statement. I mean, it's not a new statement, but it is an absolute true statement. A lot of times as Christians, we get some kind of pride out of finding out somebody's doing something wrong. And we feel better about ourselves. We shouldn't feel that way. Amen. It should break our hearts. That's right. Amen? Amen. And I'll tell you why it should break our hearts. Because that's us. That could be easily us at any time. Amen? Amen? Listen, when I was in the military, we would have to carry each other. And I thought when I first got in, when I first joined, I thought, this is stupid. Man, now I don't know about you, but if you're hungry and you're tired, and somebody walks up to you and says, this man's dead, carry him. After a little while, man, you get tired of carrying that thing. Amen? But you know what? Every once in a while, they'd come by and tap me. And I was usually always bigger than the dude I ran around with. My best friend in the military was Alex Rojas. He was from New Jersey. He was 5'7" and 160 pounds. I was 6'2", 205. They'd say, you're dead. And I look at Alex and I say, man, I'll try to help you out, brother. Amen? But I learned every day. Sometimes you do the carrying and somebody carries you someday. things. And that's what it's all about. This is Joab. This is the Spirit. Man, what an awesome way he put that. If you see me falling, come and get me. I could stop preaching right there, but I'm not going to. I just wanted you to know that there's no great levels of this thing. Amen? You never arrive. You're never the top. Oh, I'm up here and everybody else is down here. God, He loves all of us. Amen?
Amen.
I want you to see this. Verse 12. Be of good courage. God gets good. Y'all ready for this? This is exciting, isn't it? Listen what he says. Now he talks about if the battle gets too heavy here, if the battle gets too heavy there. But in 12 he says, be of good courage. And let us play the men for our people. That's cool, man. Let us, listen guys, listen girls. Let's play the role that God intended us to play. You were designed with a purpose from God. You are more, you're more than conquerors. Well, yeah, we've let the enemy have their time. We've let our lives slip here and there. But now that you're getting control, hey, why don't we do something? Why don't we play the men and the women that God has called us to be? Amen. Why don't we just do it anyway? Because God, I love Joab, man. He pumps me up. Man, wouldn't you want to fight with this guy? Wouldn't you want to fight with God? Let's be the men. Let's play the men that our people need. God, listen, I want you to hear this. The people of Warsaw, the people of this part of northern Indiana need to see you play the part. They might not come in here and hear a message. They might not come in here and worship. But they will go to the mall. They will go to the Walmart. They will go to the stores. They will go to the restaurants. Play your part. Some of y'all need to have the Spirit of God in public places. No, we can get crazy up in here. We'll both hand worship. We'll run and shout. We'll do all that. That's good. That's cool with me. I'll get down with anybody on any kind of worship level you want to get on. But let's see how you worship on Tuesday. Down here at the Mexican restaurant. That's good. Amen? Can I tell you something? Those waitresses that are coming back and forth to your table, they're listening to you. What are you talking about? Amen? Are you running everybody down in the church? Talking about how bad this and that does? Or are you sitting there talking about God? Amen? Can I tell you a cool thing that happened to us? We were over near this college, this Christian college, and me and these two young, my wife and these two young couples, they went out. They said, we want to talk to you about the Lord. And we got into a Holy Ghost something. Man, back and forth. God was just moving at the table. And I noticed that the waiters was coming back a lot. And it was packed. She'd feel it. You need some more water? I'm good. I'm topped off. I'm good. And she would come back and come back and come back. And I was just sitting there with my wife sitting up there asking her this. This is amazingly true. And she just keeps coming back. And finally, at the end of it, I was sitting there and I just something burning on my heart. I looked at my wife and I started going into my pocket and I started counting out 20s. And I look at her and she's starting counting out 20s. And I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, I don't know, but God's telling me to bless her. I said, God told me to bless her. But then the couple we were with, they're counting out 20s. I'm like, this is crazy. But I'm telling you, before we even got to we put the money up under the thing where she wouldn't sit. But she comes back. And she squats down at the table. And she said, this is on a Sunday at a Christian college restaurant, and all the pastors and all the churches come in there, and they pour in there right after the church. And she got down and she said, you guys have been a blessing to me today. Every other table are just talking about everything and everybody, but every time I came here, you were talking about Jesus, and I made an excuse to keep coming back. She said, I've got a friend of mine who thinks she's an atheist because she's been working here. And she's so hard on God right now because the way people are treating us here. Yeah. I've been going back and telling her everything I've heard. And she's excited about God right now. Amen. That's what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. We got to play the role that we're made to play in front of our people. You've heard this your whole life. You'll hear it again here tonight. Some Bible, the only Bible some people will read will be your life. You are a written epistle of God. Amen. Make it a great story. Make it one that sticks out. I'll give you one more real quick. You like this? The Bible says our lives are but a vapor. Is that right? You know what vapor I want to be? Eucalyptus. Or that one, even better, that one they snap and they put it in fighters' noses when they've been knocked out. Come on, y'all help me out. You know they do it. Oh! That's the kind of vapor I want to be. I want to knock people's heads back. I'm not going to be here long. You're not going to be here long. At 85 years, most of you won't be alive that's in this room. And nor will I. What are you going to do with the time? What are we going to do with the time? Just like Joab said to Abishai, let us play the men for our people. Women, let us play the women for our people. There's a whole generation of young girls out here who need to see a woman who can be an awesome woman, but also be a woman of God. There's a lot of little boys and teenagers out here who need to see men can be men and still love God. You can play sports, you can work out, you can do crazy stuff, you can do man stuff, you can shoot guns, you can have fun, and praise God at the end of the day, you ain't got to cuss and show your weak mind strong. You don't have to sleep with everybody, you don't have to do all that stuff. You can be a man of God, and little boys will turn into men and say, my daddy did it, I see a man that's celebrating recovery do it, I can do it. And this little girl said, I don't have to find my identity in some man. Right. Looking for my father in some man. I can find my father in Jesus Christ, and he can show me how to be a great woman, and I can teach another generation how to be a great woman. Amen. Y'all ready to keep going in this thing's good, huh? Be of good courage and let us play the men for our people and for our cities. I think I covered that. And of our God. Amen. And for our cities of our God. And the Lord do that which seemeth him good. You good right there? Listen to what I'm saying. Hey, listen. I don't know what God's always doing. If anybody ever comes up to you and says, I know exactly what God's doing all the time, take a step away and move on. I'm just being honest with you. Just kidding, whatever. Love them, Paul. Sorry, I appreciate you. God bless you. Amen? Listen, Joab says, I'm going to play the part for my people, for my city, and for God. And whatever God wants to do, let him do it. Amen? Amen. If God wants to use me for his honor and glory, or if he wants me to use as a human match, amen? Let it be. Amen? Just burn out for God. When I say that human match, some of y'all look, what are you talking about? Early century Christians, amen? They used to use them as lights in the halls, amen, of the great, the places where they used to fight. The Roman Empire, you know, when they had the gladiators and stuff, they'd use the Christians as wax and burn them, amen? I don't know if I want that. Amen? I don't want that either. I ain't gonna be no here. I'm just telling you this, though. They made up their minds. If God wants me for that, I'll be that. If God wants to bless me and use me for a mouthpiece or something great in the community, great. But that's up to God. Right. Can I get back to preaching? So I want you to hear this. These two men were about to go into a battle, a real battle. Real swords, real blood, real guts. We're in a real battle. People are dying of overdose. People are dying in drug addiction. Families are being destroyed today. This is a real battle. So when you go in and you say, I'm going to go in this with all I got for God. And I don't care how it works out. I'm just going to keep going for God. He's God. He's in control. I just got to keep walking it out for him. Amen. Some of you ain't going to believe this, but in 10 years from now, if you get busy living for God right now and going after him and pursuing him with your whole heart, your whole mind, your whole soul, and loving others as yourself, you'll look back 10 years from now and you'll go, who was I? Listen. 10, 12 years, 15 years ago, if you'd have met me, you'd have said, dude, that guy's messed up. Amen? Yep. I've had guys come to me now and say, how'd you get started? How do you not go to the club? How do you not get drunk? How do you not do this? And I'll be honest with you. I look at them and say, look, friend, I started serving God. I have new friends ago, I was driving down through Chattanooga, going to the hospital to visit a person in our church that was sick, and I drove by the old club where I used to hang out, the club. It was a mattress store. Man, I didn't know where to go. That's a good thing. But I can take you to every mission in that town. I can take you just about every church in that town. Chattanooga, Tennessee. I can take you to all the cool churches. I can take you to the ones that you'd be flipping backflips. I can take you to the one you'll think you're a part of the Frozen Chosen. Amen? Amen. Be of good courage and let us play the men of our people for the cities of our God. And the Lord do that which seemeth good to him good. And Joab drew nigh, and the people that were with him, and unto the battle against the Syrians, and they fled before them. And when the children of Ammon saw that the Syrians were fled, then fled they also before Abishai, and entered into the city. So Joab returned, and from the children of Ammon, and came to Jerusalem. I'm going to stop right there, but I'm going to give you this. A lot of times, and I'm not making light, I would never make light of addiction. Amen? But I always compare addiction or sin to when the children of Israel were coming out of bondage in Egypt. Amen? And we've all seen the movie where, they had the great Egyptian army, and they had their chariots and their horses and all the men, you know what I mean? And they're coming charging after the Israelites. And the enemy a lot of times likes to show itself really strong. Your addiction or your sin or your hurt or hang-up shows itself really strong sometimes. It boasts itself strong, right? But I always like to remind myself that the Egyptian army at that time were starving to death. Amen? God had taken all these fleas and lice and all kinds of different pestilence and destroyed all their crops. They hadn't eaten in weeks, eaten good meals. Amen? He had put them, I'm not going to give you all the things, but he had put them in a darkness that you can feel. Now listen, one of the greatest tortures you could ever do to somebody is turn the lights out on them. Amen? And let them sit in pure darkness. And the only light, and the only food, and the only places there was no judgment was it was the people of God in their dwelling. Amen? And I'm going to give you this last one, and I'm going to kind of stop here. I want you to hear this. I want you to hear this. Right before God brought the children of Israel out of their bondage, he slew all the firstborn in Egypt. Those men on the back of those horses in that army that was trying to show itself strong were completely defeated. They were emaciated. That means they were really like skin and bones. They were crazy, and their hearts were broken. Amen? Listen, I'm going to tell you this, and I want you to hear my heart on this. Your drug addiction, a lot of times, has already been defeated by Jesus at Calvary. You just got to remind yourself it's not as great as God is. That God is greater than your addiction. Sometimes you just got to keep going forward with him. Amen? Instead of looking back and giving reverence to your enemy as much. And remembering of who they were instead of who they are. Can I share one more cool thing before I leave? Because this is one of my favorite parts of that whole story. See, God was a pillar of fire before the people, and he had split the Red Sea. Amen? And he told Moses, he said, step out and go forward. And all of a sudden, when the army started to pursue them, this is one of the coolest things in the Bible. And I can't wait to get to heaven to see God. Let me see this thing like HD, whatever he does. But it says the angel of the Lord. Now, can you help me right here, Stoney? This is good stuff, ain't it? What it says, the angel of the Lord and God went behind the people. God. See, the Bible runs like a movie in my eyes. I mean, I can just see the picture. It's like this. He goes, hey, Moses, you take the people. You got it? I'm a guy. I just need this stuff. He goes, Moses, can you be Moses for me? Moses, go that way. Take the people. Just don't run out the door. Amen? Can the rest of you see this? And this is how God operates. While you're going and leading the people, I got this. Yes. And the pillar and the fire of God is going to the back. Do you get it, sis? Can you see it? I mean, Could you imagine all the people, like you're talking about 1 million people, and you can think how Moses sat down. All right. All the people are walking and they're scared because they have never walked through a sea before. See, when you're coming out of sin, when you're coming out of the bondages, there's some things you've never done before. And it's scary to walk in places that you never walked. You've always been a slave. But now God's telling you to go free. And the first steps of freedom are a lot of times they're hard. I'm really preaching now. So you start stepping and you're kind of scared. But at the same time you're going forward, God's going to the back. Because what He's saying is, while you're going forward, I've got your back. I want to go back here. The enemy's going to try to attack you, but I'm going back there. And while I'm back there messing them up, God, come on. Some of you might not have read your Bible, but God said, they're not here to destroy you. I didn't bring Pharaoh down here to destroy you. I brought Pharaoh down here to destroy him, preacher. Sometimes we think the enemy's getting closer to us. The only reason. Sometimes the best thing you can do to the enemy is ambush him, friend. I said, I got this. I got this. I got this. Some of y'all need to hear this. Keep walking. Keep following Jesus. Walk out of this bondage. Keep coming to Celebrate Recovery. Keep doing small group. Keep doing the work. Stay in the program. Do it. And God will go back and He'll fight that enemy for you. Amen? Amen. That's all I got, Stone. Praise God.